Hi everyone, Sarah here. Welcome back to this week's video tutorial here at Mrs. Lincoln's Inkin. Today we are going to be making this shadow box, and it stands up on your table like this, so it's very pretty. When your recipient receives it, they are able to stand it up and show everybody their wonderful gift that they got from you. And it folds flat, so if mailing it, it will fit in an average size envelope, and then when they get it, they just got to kind of puff it up and set it up like that. So this is what we're going to be making today, so let's go ahead and get started. First, what you're going to need is 2 pieces of cardstock, both cut at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I'm using the Whisper White today and the Perfect Plum. So the first thing that we need to do is get our paper trimmer, or our Simply Scored, but I find that the paper trimmer works just fine for this project. And we need to take each piece of paper and we need to score it at a 1/2 inch. And when I use the 1/2 inch mark, I use the measurements over here on the side of the trimmer, and it's going to be that first big mark that you come to. So we need to score it at 1/2 inch, and we need to turn it over, score it at 1/2 inch again, just like that. And then we need to slide it down and score it at 1. So I should have done that over here too. And then at 1 right here. All right, and then for our other piece, so 1/2 inch and 1. Flip it around, 1/2 inch and 1. Alright, so now we're done with the paper trimmer for right now. So now what we need to do is we need to, on the color piece of paper, or whatever's going to be our top piece of paper, we need to find the center right here. And how I do that is I just take a little ruler and I line it up from corner of my farthest in score mark. So it would have been the 1 inch score mark, and I go from corner to corner. Let me grab a pencil here. So corner to corner, and then I'm just going to draw a little line. Then I'm going to turn it around here, and from this corner to this corner, like that, and then draw a little line. So my X is now in the center. Can you see that? So I know that that's my center right there. So what I'm going to do now is we need to use the Big Shot in our circle framelits. And for the circle framelits, I'm using number 5, I believe it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. And I count from the outside going in. So it's going to be number 5. Let's grab the Big Shot here. All right, let me make sure. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now we have our magnetic plate, one of our cutting pads here, and then our Perfect Plum. And I'm going to take my framelit with the edge of the framelit pointing down, and I'm going to try and get that X for what I think is in the middle of the circle. So that looks good to me. So I'm going to put the other cutting plate on top of it, and then I'm going to run it through the Big Shot. Alright, so now we're done with that. So let's get that out of the way for the moment. Okay. And now this piece, if you're anything like me, you'll throw it in your little scrap bin and use it for a different project, or you could just throw it away. Okay, so now this is what it looks like. So we're going to do some stamping here around the edges. And the stamp set that I'm using today is the Kinda Electric, and we're pretty much using almost all of the images from this set today. So let me grab a scrap piece of paper here real fast. And we're going to be using these flowers right here, and put them on my block. And then we're going to be using the Perfect Plum ink as well, and we're going to be doing some tone on tone. And I'm just going to take and ink up my image here and just kind of go all over the place. No rhyme or reason, just however you want it. There. And there, that looks good to me. Alright, so we're done with that. Get the scrap out of the way. Okay, so once we have that decorated, we're going to bring in our Whisper White piece, and we're going to line our Perfect Plum right on top of our Whisper White. Now with a pencil, very lightly, we're going to just trace the circle, just because we want to know, you know, where the circle is on the outside. So just really light, we're going to trace it. Now we're going to take this little sunbeam, is what it reminds me of, and we're going to take our So Saffron ink, ink up our image, and then try and get it in that circle. It's kind of hard with a bigger stamp. If you had a littler stamp, it wouldn't be as bad. And that's fine. It's over on here, but we're in the circle, so that's all that matters to me. Alright, so we're done with that. Now we're going to take the A Little Kindness Goes a Long Way and put it on our block here. And I'm going to use the Strawberry Slush for my image, or for my greeting. So we're going to ink it up. And I like to put it on a slant here. There, perfect. Love it. Alright, so we're done with that. Now we're going to let that ink dry, and then once it dries, we're going to go ahead and erase the circle. But we're going to do our folding on our score lines first. Now when you're folding on the score lines, you have to fold them vice versa. So on the color part, you need to fold it. Where'd my little example go? Here we go. We need to fold it, you know, down and then up. So we need to go down, get our bone folder, wherever that may be, reinforce, and then up. So then down and up. Alright, I think our ink's dry now, so then we're just going to come here and erase our circle mark. That's why you want to make sure that you put it on there lightly, because you don't want to be able to see the pencil. Alright, so now for this one, because on this one we went down and up, on this one we want to go up and then down. So up and then down. Just like that. Okay. Perfect. Now we're going to grab our red sticky, and we're going to put red sticky just on this spot right here. Get my paper snips here. And then on this flap over here. If I can get them to work. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we're going to peel the red sticky off here. I'm actually going to unfold this. Peel off the red sticky part, which I'm not sure what's stickier with the red sticky, the cling or the actual adhesive, because they both stick to me like crazy. Alright, now we're going to take our top piece here, and we're going to try and line up each side here. And if you follow my blog, you know that this is a task for me, because nothing ever lines up for me. But we're gonna make it work today. There we go. Actually, that one didn't turn out half bad. Surprising. There. So see, now you just puff it up and it stands up. How cute is that? Oh, love it. Okay, so now for just our little decorations here, I used the 2 butterflies that are also from the Kind of Eclectic set, and I used the, sorry about my arm there, I used the mini butterfly punch and then the elegant butterfly punch with the strawberry slush again. And I'm just going to take my glue dots here and glue them, or put a little glue dot on the back of them here. And I'm going to put this little guy, kind of fold him and give him some dimension. And I'm going to put him right on the inside there. Kind of puff him up again. And then I'm going to take this bigger guy. I'm going to put 2 glue dots on him. I'm going to kind of fold him as well. And I think I want this guy right there, just like on the other one. If it ain't broke, right? Alright. And then just kind of puff up his wings. And there you go. There is our shadow box card that sits up like that. Perfect. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. Until next time, happy inking!